Next up, Michaela.
Kayla got some new shoes.
Yes, she does.
Those are kind of amazing.
Amazing.
I love them.
I think they're amazing too.
All right, here's your best shot.
Very flat. I think the hand is weak over here. The hand should evoke power.
You know what I love about this shot? Is that I go straight to you. You're seducing the viewer.
I went through your film.
And what you have to do is put tension in your body. Every
On the end, you did that thing that I told you to do. And then it goes. It's like it comes and it goes. You need to grab onto the handlebars of fierceness and not let go. Thanks very much. Up next, Molly. Ooh, Molly, if you survive this week, I'm yanking that weave out. It's just not working. Please. Okay, here is your best shot.
Your face is interesting. There's definitely a look there. There's a passion, but you miss the fashion altogether. I don't really get it.
And your hand here is actually bigger than your face. That's not pretty in any photo.
Molly, I felt you were asleep in your film, just like not present. And if it's because of a bad weave, honey, I'm the queen of the bad weaves. But I made sure that this I had control over. Okay? Thank you. Thanks. Up next is Monique. You look nice and clean and chic. Let's see your best shot.
You pulled it off, but I think that you lucked up with the cat doing the big open yawn roar.
I think it looks absolutely fabulous, and you're not being outstaged by Tony the Jaguar.
Tiger. No,
Tony the Jaguar.
The Jaguar.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Kasha, who is part of the group challenge win, as well as Michaela. All right, so let's see if your photo is animalistic.
There's a lot of the 80s going on with the hair and the makeup and the look and the zone.
When you do faux fur, you think of that, you know, crazy kind of animal, very 80s, Skabula, you know, that whole
girl.
thing. Totally. But it really worked.
And what I love about this photo is I see a fiercely real girl that is giving editorial energy. That's what this says to me. Mr. J said that you were the most uncoordinated and tentative of the day. I agree, you lucked out on this. You seemed like a fish out of water and you were not present. What was the situation here that made you fall apart?
I've never had pets. I'm allergic to everything, so it's like really difficult for me to even hold him.
Well, this was one of those where it's like a luck shot out of a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, Dahlia.
Hello.
Dahlia, you look chic from week to week.
Oh, thank you.
Are we ready to see your picture?
Yes, I am.
When I look at this shot, I almost see tears in your eyes. I mean, it looks like you were taken to a point where you were slightly desperate. Is this going to work?
I think you could have been the one lady who could have just been extraordinary if you just opened your mouth and roared or something.
I did not know what to do with that animal. I wanted to really give you guys a powerful picture.
But it's not giving it to us, and that's the problem. You have to give it to yourself. The advice I give to you when you model, because of your bone structure, you can't just stand there because your bone structure wears you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Brittany, another challenge winner.
I'm looking at this, I'm like, who are you standing in front of me right now?
She is a fabulous, fabulous woman in control of her destiny with her pet Jaguar, who look like a contessa.
Rachel, I want this coat.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
No, like literally, I want it.
Literally, you will have that.
A model's job is to sell something.
Yes.
And right now, all of us want this jacket, including me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Up next, Alexandria.
Ooh. If I took the animal away, I don't think you look genius in this shot. And I think that's the problem, is that you're not emoting. It's the fact that the animal has got so much character that it's come alive.
I do love what you're giving to it. I'm not sure that the other hand is giving even near that, because it just takes, you know, one awkward kind of arm situation to ruin the photo.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I don't think it's very model-esque.
No.
I don't think it's high fashion. But when you do something like this, keep on doing it. There's only one frame of this.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hannah, come on up.
Again. Ooh. Look at the whole thing is so lush. I love when the animal feels so relaxed in the arms.
This is, wow, is what this is. I can't get over you right now. Where is the faux fur? I mean, and I'm the designer here, and I don't actually care if I see it because I'm so intrigued.
I like that you can do a soft commercial and then you can be a high fashion girl that's turning into a Jamaican. All my accents turn here, girl. I don't know why. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's time for the judges to deliberate. And when I call you back, I will announce which girl is extinct.
America's Next Top Model, sponsored by Tresemme.
I have weird bra stuff happening. This one is smaller. Okay, it's definitely the optical illusion. Optical illusion. I'll change behind a curtain. And don't forget bras. Hi, ladies. Hello. Welcome to another judging. You know our prizes. A $100,000 contract with CoverGirl Cosmetics, a contract with IMG Models, a spread in Vogue Italia, and you'll get a cover of Beauty in Vogue with a spread like our Cycle 15 winner, and prominent feature on the Italian Vogue's website. You know our judges, noted fashion photographer Nigel Barker, one of the most influential people in all of the fashion industry, Mr. Andre Leon Talley, and this man, Mr. Eric Damon. Eric is one of the top stylists on the globe. He got an Emmy in 2002 for Sex and the City, and he is the stylist for Gossip Girl. Let's go. Who's first? Hannah. You were a girl that was obsessed with fashion and had lost her mind at a tea party. And what item of fashion were you obsessed with? Bags. Let's see your best shot.
I think you look absolutely mad. It's as if you were caught almost trying to leave the tea party with the bags, as you took all the bags of all the guests.
This photo, I think, is absolutely fantastic. But your film, honey, you have to know the timing. So when the photographer was clicking, you were this. Not, look how my face, I'm still talking, but I'm wait. It's a dance. You were off beat. Thank God that you got this shot. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, Molly. Obsessed with
Accessories.
accessories.
I love this picture. Very cool, very interesting. Your face, I totally believe you. I see all the jewelry, I see all the accessories, so you've sold the product, but I also see your face.
I feel like she's showing it off really, really well. In the beginning, I think she felt a little awkward, and there was a lot of accessories on her. It really took her a minute to get to that point where we got this shot. I think it looks really great.
There's a sensuality and a lunacy to the whole thing. You gotta do this more. Okay. All right, thank you. Jacqueline, come on down here. And what were you crazy for?
I was crazy for makeup.
Let's see your best shot.
Gorgeous, mad. Comedic and wonderful and brilliant and very edgy and very editorial at the same time.
Jacqueline, I think this is the best picture I've ever seen of you. You look like the Joker.
The face, girl, is so good and crazy. And you did this frame after frame and profile, wide shots. You did it for me.
Thank you.
Up next, Michaela. So, Michaela, you were obsessed with
Sales.
sales. Here's your best shot.
You had a hard time getting into it and kind of finding that moment. And I think it really took you a moment to try to find, a very high fashion pose in the middle of all this. And I don't think that necessarily came across as much, as well as I would have liked to have seen it.
What were you thinking? I mean, what were you trying to do?
When I first got on set, I immediately kind of wanted to touch stuff, and I think I went a little too crazy with it.
Not crazy enough. This was the craziest that your face got. As I was going through your film, it made me wonder, did you understand the assignment? That there was a certain look of paranoia or being dazed or being obsessed, because it wasn't there. Okay, thank you. Up next is Tasha. You were obsessed with hair. Hair. Let's see your best shot.
I think you're like the mad socialite at the hair salon in the South. I think you look absolutely deranged.
What I love about it is just your eyes. They're just completely, almost popping out of your head.
I agree. I think your body language looks amazing in it. I think when we went into it, you were having so much fun and taking risks of like messing your hair up and getting it to this kind of mad place. It just looks great.
Next up is Alexandria, who was challenge winner.
Well done. She was indeed, and she's wearing her T-shirt, yes. Forward Warriors in pink.
And you were obsessed with fur.
I do think your face looks wonderful, and I do think that you are modeling. I think it works.
I I think it's very high fashion. It looks gorgeous. You know, the outfit's crazy, but I feel like there's something crazy missing in the face.
This photo, for it to be crazy to me, it has to have a whole narrative and a whole story. Deranged for fur, it's not.
We did an ad for Cord Warriors in Pink. That was the challenge. They had to embody the different symbols. They did a good job, but you know what? Something interesting happened that I wanted to bring up. There was this sort of extraordinary performance between you and Brittany. What was that about?
We all kind of think that as far as a role model goes, you really chose the wrong spokesperson because we see the true Alexandria.
As far as being a role model is concerned, to be that outspoken at a photo shoot, in front of the photographer, in front of the clients, by the way, was extremely unprofessional. There is a reason why we don't know all of Alexandra's business. It's because what you do at home is what you do at home. So it's worth bearing that in mind. Because now I have a different idea about you.
That's fine.
Brittany, why in front of the client?
I didn't confront her. I wasn't like, oh, you didn't deserve to win. I didn't say that whenever they were doing that. I was talking with them and she overheard. And I'm not
But the client heard. So.
And I apologized, but I didn't know here. We were talking quietly, and then Alexandria said, like, I'm right here, I can hear you. I understand it was the wrong time, and I just feel horrible that I've made myself look like a bad person because of how I felt about her, and I'm just so mad at myself
Brittany,
for letting her do this to me.
Brittany, we're talking about role models, right?
Yeah.
About role models.
Yes.
In terms of sportsmanship, what you have done is probably one of the weakest things that a role model could do. No matter what you feel inside, if you think somebody else is getting something that they don't deserve, you shut your lips, especially in front of a client. This is a business. You have to respect the client, you have to respect your coworkers, and you have to respect yourself. So Brittany has left, but we're going to continue. This is fashion, darling. Believe me, I've seen it all.
Well, Alexandra, I feel very bad for you standing here and hearing this. And I think you should just buck up and put a smile on your face.
Let's just go. Stand. Let's just do it. Be done.
Okay. So you left that set because?
I'm having a panic attack. I can't really talk.
You're having a panic attack? Do you understand what the judges are talking about you speaking up in front of a client?
I learn to keep my mouth shut when I'm in those certain places.
Okay. And what were you deranged for in your photo shoot?
Shoes.
Okay. Here's your best shot.
It's a very sweet shot, but you know, I think you could have taken it a little bit bigger.
It certainly isn't the best of your photos, but it works because I do see an emotion in the eyes.
Thank you. So now it's time for the judges to deliberate, and when I call you back, I will announce which one of you is eliminated. So now it's time to deliberate. First up, Hannah.
I think this picture of Hannah, it works because she does look crazy. She's got that great expression in her face, and she's definitely emoting.
The face with the Psycho House in the background is, you know, spot on.
She managed to capture in her face some of the madness. In a way, it's almost Alice in Wonderland, but it doesn't quite get there.
Molly.
Often when I look at any photograph, I'm thinking, what is the narrative? As you said, what is the story? This is the deranged socialite who's just come home from the funeral. Her husband's left her fortune. She's not sure she signed the right prenup. She's not sure she's getting all the money. I love it. It's perfect.
Jacqueline.
It's a genius shot. She looks stunning, and she's raised her game.
She's so sweet, like this great little Southern belle. I'm like, how is she gonna go into this like crazy makeup world? And she got down there and she turned into the Joker and she turned it out, and I think it might be one of the best shots of the day.
Michaela.
Well, she said she was obsessed with sales. If you're obsessed with sales, she's not showing it to me here. This bag says sales. Wear the bag on your head.
You just go like this in the eye.
Yeah.
Kasha.
She was so into it, and I really felt like she was using her body and she was using the chair and the props in a very, you know, kind of that high fashion way, but also had, you know, that look in her eyes.
This is neither commercial or high editorial, but I still think Kasha should be in the running because she's fiercely fabulous.
Alexandria.
Alexandria has not come up to the challenge of this photo, but I think she came up to the challenge with dignity today in the drama.
As a photographer, I'd look at this and I'm like, wow, great picture. But if you do a close-up on the fox is emoting crazy eyes. She just needs to embody the faux fox fur eyes.
Brittany.
Well, certainly here, Brittany has not shown us madness for shoes.
Brittany has an extraordinary bone structure. You look at her, you see model, but you have to be able to model.
How do you feel about Brittany's performance as a human, as a person?
I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it should not come to the workplace.
For me, it was very detrimental to the girl that I met yesterday to find this kind of thing out and really kind of change my opinion on her.
A lot of young girls think that the opposite of fake is rudeness. And just as ugly as fake is, so is saying whatever is on your mind because it's the truth.
Do you think Brittany will learn from her life lesson here today?
I hope that she can. I like to think I have faith in everyone.
She stood in front of us in the middle of like not being able to breathe. That took courage, and I feel like because of that courage, maybe she's capable of change.
You guys all want me to go home, but here's the thing. I'm still here. I still very much want this. You should have came to me. Do any of you have a problem with me now?
I feel like I've seen like 5 different people from you.
You really were being rude to people on set and like walking all over them, and to me, that's what offended me.
We want you to go home.
That's fine. Then that's what you should say. I could have stopped talking to all you a long time ago. You shouldn't have been fakely nice to me.
I wasn't fakely nice.
Yeah, because now I look like a moron with all the nice things that I said about you guys. Everyone's put on this facade and been okay with me when you should have just been honest.
I would never go up to someone and say, I want you to go home.
You should have been just real with me, girl. Where I'm not gonna say any names.
Breathe. I'm not being rude.
There is spunk, there's attitude, there's, character in Brittany that can be molded.
I can think back to the time that I disagreed this much, and it was when Takara, season 3, was voted to go home, and I was outvoted. A lot of people think with Top Model that we talk and then I decide, oh, this is who's going home, but that's not the case. I always vote last.
You were right then.
What, about Takara?
Yeah, you were right. She should have stayed.
Do you think she should have stayed? Yeah. No, you don't.
I do now. With hindsight.
Okay.
I think everyone should be given a second chance. I vote for Brittany to stay.
I vote for Brittany to stay.
I vote for Brittany to stay.
And I don't agree with you guys.